Right, this is Leah with Backyard Homestead, and we are getting ready we're picking these Oregon sugar pods so we can go ahead and take down this row and plant the rest of our Roma tomatoes. And Alan's picked them. We're probably not going to get much today because we picked 2 or 3 pounds, close to 3 pounds last week, and it's just getting too hot for these guys. So I've got a bulb, but it doesn't look like he's even going to need it. But these are not blooming much except at the very top, and they're turning yellow, so they're just about done.
Aphids are even getting on that one.
Oh yeah.
Aphids.
Aphids. It's the first aphids I've seen this year.
Yep. That's it.
So that's it. That's the big harvest for today. So these guys are done. Yeah, so we're going to go ahead and start removing these plants, and we're going to just try to rip them off at the ground and tear them down. And let me show you what we're going to do with the plants. I'm sorry, I'm swinging you around. Yeah, so Al's going to take down a handful of them and just rip them off at the ground and try to leave the roots intact under the surface. Any weeds, ripping those down.
Yep.
And then as we get these down, I'll show you what we're going to do with them. We're going to come over.
Several choices. Give them to the chickens.
Yeah, the chickens love them. We may give some to the girls.
And compost them.
We have a compost pile over there, if you go in that. But what we're going to do with most of these today is this row, we try to keep everything covered and we mulch with anything we can get our hands on. And this row, you can see some dirt through. So we're going to go through and lay these down. And then I'll probably come back and cover them with a layer of hay, but we're going to lay these down all the way down and then come back and cover them with something, or just let that be and just walk on it. So we mulch with anything that we can get our hands on. Here's 2 zinnias that volunteered from last year. I think I'm going to go ahead and dig them up and find them a new home. I love zinnias in the garden. So, but that's what we're going to do now. We're going to remove all these plants and lay them down in this row, and I'll come back and show you when we get that done. Okay, so we use those plants to mulch down the center of this row, or down the furrow, and we don't really have furrows and hills, but down the empty space down this row. And we got maybe 1/3 of the way, and that's fine. We'll find when we come across something else that we want to use, we will finish this row out, but we try to keep everything covered as much as possible. And Alan's over here picking this other row of the Oregon sugar pods we have, and debating on if it's time to go ahead and pull these, but I don't know, I'm leaning toward not, because they're still, look at that pretty one. Yeah, but they're still making and they're blooming, and the plants aren't turning yellow as much. So I don't know, I think we may get a few more harvests out of this, but we're still debating on that. Yeah, shadier on this side of the garden, so it might be a little cooler for them. It's at least shadier. And the next step, this is some prime real estate that we don't have anything on yet. We're thinking maybe the peppers will go here, maybe some more tomatoes. Haven't decided yet, but this spot right through here is good, sunny and bright spot. All right, so the next step on this row, this is where those sugar pods were, and now we're going to rake back the mulch and then go through with the digging tool and just aerate the soil. Again, we don't till, we don't turn the soil over, we're just going to loosen it up. So that's the next step on this one. Okay, so we went through and we raked back the covering we have. Half the rows covered in chopped leaves and half the rows covered in grass clippings. But we raked all that back, and now Alan's going through and just loosening the soil. Again, not turning it over. We don't till, we don't turn it over, ever. So he's just loosening it up. Try as hard as we can not to. Every once in a while it's going to come loose. Yeah, it's sticky and still moist, but to the best of our ability, we don't turn it over. Found one? Ooh, yeah, he's running away. Big pretty, oh yeah, we found so many worms today. Okay, gonna go through and aerate this, and then we're gonna go through and we're gonna plant some more Roma tomatoes on this row, and then we'll come back and show you what the row looks like. Then we'll water them in like we did before, and pull this covering back, and that'll be it. We've got everything ready to go. We've decided, let me show you our harvest today. we decided that row of sugar snaps to go ahead and take them out after all, because when we picked them, this is all we got, and we've been getting this colander almost full, so it's definitely, they're on the wane, and it's only getting hotter every day. It's getting hotter and hotter, so they don't have long to live anyway. So we're going to go ahead and take those out, and we're going to plant the Amish paste tomatoes over there. So that will give us a row of Romas, a row of Romas, and then we'll have Amish paste over there. And I showed you in an earlier video the better boys and the early girls we've got over by the asparagus bed. So that'll give us a good variety of tomatoes. All right, we're going to go through and plant these, and I'll come back and show you the row when it's done. All right, we just got all of these planted. This is another row of the Romas we grew from the seed that we saved last year. So we've got them planted, and now we're going to go back and water them in and pull the covering back on top of them, and that'll be it. I will come back and show you what they look like after we get them watered in well and pull the covering back. Alright, this is toward the end of the day. I forgot to come back and show you what the rows look like right when we got finished planting, but we are done planting the Roma tomatoes now. We planted them where those sugar snap peas were, and we watered them in well, and then came back and pulled our mulch covering back over the rows. And down here we had the chopped leaves we were using for mulch. And down toward the other end, I don't know if you can see the difference, but it kind of transitioned over into grass clippings down at this end. But we try to keep everything covered. So we've got the covering pulled back up around these tomatoes. So we have this row of Romas. And then we have this row of Romas that we planted today. And these are Romas that we planted from seed that we collected ourselves from last year and saved. Okay, and now over here, these are our Amish paste tomatoes that we planted. This is our first year to try these, but this is where we're going to plant these and have these all laid out and ready to go. We're going to probably get up and plant these early tomorrow morning. Well, Alan will. I'm going to going to school, but Alan will get and plant these early tomorrow morning. But these are laid out and ready to go. And this is the row that our sugar snap peas were on, and we went ahead and made the decision to pull those and plant tomatoes. And this is the back of my truck. These are the leftover tomatoes that we didn't plant today. And every year we plant more than we think we'll need, but just in case you have some die. But this year we had a real pretty crop left over. These are the Romas on this side, and these are the Amish paste on this side, and I threw in some cucumbers to boot. And every year we plant more than we think we need, and any that I have left over I carry and give away to the teachers at school. So it's like the yearly plant giveaway everybody looks forward to. So these are the ones I'm carrying to school tomorrow to give to the teachers. And that is it for tomatoes today. Thanks for watching.